friends, foes, other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt, you're watching Hogwash Gaming, and today we are going to be building a dungeon together. And I kind of got the idea from this because I'm actually designing a little mission for some of my friends. They've never played before, so I decided to make a mission, and then I wrote all of the stats over here. I don't think I'll be doing this part in the in this video for the thing we're making today, but this is a really easy way, especially because a lot of it is homebrewed. Quite honestly, a lot of these, like the clan rats, the chief rat, the rat mage, I just went through the monster manual and found things that had similar power levels, and I was like, yep, this is the flavor I want, and I just kind of copied it. Maybe made a little adjustment here, like languages and whatnot, but yeah, so this is just quick reference. You don't have to write a quick reference, it just mitigates how much I have to take to their house. Anyway, we're not going to be talking about that though, we're going to be talking about this, and what I'm going to be building is not a level 1 dungeon, it's actually going to be a level 3 dungeon. And it's actually going to be a little more severe than that, because what made me want to make this map was I have a few miniatures, and sure, I've got your regular mummies, which are level 3, right? I've got a few of those guys. I haven't been able to use them in a dungeon yet, but I would love to use them as a dungeon monster kind of thing. I've got a bunch of skeletons, right? But what's more is I just painted my mummy lord, and that is a challenge rating of 15, which is huge. So I had to come to a decision: do I want to make a level 15 dungeon? And good luck getting players all the way to level 15 unless, you know, we started there or something like that. Or do I want to make it so defeating the mummy lord isn't the point? Maybe it's to finish the mission before the mummy lord gets you and kills you. You know, you're trying to get in and out kind of thing. And you've got a whole bunch of undead creatures in here. I also have some large scorpions as well, so maybe we can throw some of them in there as well. So that's what I'm kind of going for. I would like a Egyptian feeling tomb, something that has multiple routes through it, and maybe the mummy lord will wander. Maybe there will be a triggering event where the mummy lord goes from room to room looking for the adventurers, and they have to stay out of his way because he is super powerful and he will kill them. I think that would be really fun to make, and so I'm going to be making a dungeon with mummies and skeletons and scorpions. You know, a nice Egyptian themed thing going on. Now, the way I'm gonna build it is I could just like research how mummy tombs work and stuff, but I really want to try using the Dungeon Master's Guide with their random dungeon generator. And when I say try it, I've already tried it, but I want to show you kind of how that works. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind is the fact that these are suggestions. You don't have to follow them word for word. If you follow them word for word, what's going to happen is you're going to have like passages that loop into each other and rooms with 2 doors that lead to a very thin corridor that does nothing. So we're going to use some logic, but we're going to use the random dungeon thing on page 290 of the Dungeon Master's Guide to help us get a little bit of structure to this dungeon. And the way you do that is you have all these charts, and you roll on the charts to see what you've got. And I'll be drawing on this side, I believe, just to make it easier. So then, yeah, I'll just be drawing the dungeon on this page, keeping in mind that my Chessex grid is not as wide as the pages. It's about the same length, but not the same width. So we're gonna have to shrink it a little. We'll have to keep it between there and there. It's close, so we won't worry about it too much. But just to keep it in mind that the page is ironically bigger than the mat. Alright, so let's get things started. Let's get some dice out. And for this dungeon, we have a few ways to get the starting area. We can roll a d10 to see what we've got going. You know, we could roll on this table, and it would say whether it's a passage on each wall, this square kind of thing. We might do that. I just got to get the dice out, and yeah. All right. So let's roll a d10, see what the entry suggestion is. Okay. So that's a red d10. I don't want to be rolling red on red. Let's use this brown. Okay. Here we go. So we'll roll here. That's an 8. So what's number 8? Square 20 by 20, door on 2 walls, passage on 3rd wall, secret door on 4th wall. I like that. I like that a lot. So it's a 20 by 20, so that is 4 square by 4 square. And it sounds like there's an exit on each of the walls. So let's see. It doesn't give cardinal directions on which wall the passage is, but we'll go north is the passage. Alright, and then we'll say there's a door on the west side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will have this with a door right in the corner, and then down, and then we'll put a secret door symbol there. So that's our starting area, and this is going to be interesting. So we've got a passage here. Let's see what this passage is like. We're going to be rolling on this chart here, which will tell us what kind of passage, where the passage goes. And we'll need a d20 for that. Here we get the dark one. I'm gonna close this up because we don't need monsters just yet. There we go. Actually, what I could do is I could do this and this. Then you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, here we go. So, passages. Alright, number 2. So 1 or 2, continue straight 30 feet. No doors or side passages. So we're going to go 6 squares straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I do not adhere to exactly what it says, keep in mind, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's just, like, right now I'm considering, like, where the edges are, and I'm considering what makes sense. So just keep that in mind. Now, we could continue this passage, and we might, but I want to see what's on the other side of these doors. So beyond a door is a d20, and we got an 11, and 11 is a chamber. Okay, cool. So beyond this door, there's a chamber. It's not a passage. We might make a little passage just to make it interesting, but let's see what kind of passage we're talking, or what kind of chamber. 15. Rectangle, 50 by 80. Okay, so here's something. We want there to be big chambers for big battles. 50 by 80 is pretty enormous. But maybe it's a good starting point. So this is 4, 6, 8. Let me see, so 10, 12, 14, 16, and that's that, so then 50 would be 10, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alright, and then we will continue making this, but since it's such a big part of the dungeon, I think it should have different ways out of it. So we'll maybe make a passage going out through the north. We'll figure that out. Okay, so now we're going to check behind this door. Let's see what's behind this door. That's an 11. Again, that's another chamber. Let's check it out. 14. 14 is a rectangle, 40 by 50. Alright, that's still pretty big. This tomb seems to be made of large chambers. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 50. Right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so these are 2 chambers here. There's going to be a secret door here, which will be important. But let's build off of this. Let's see what exits we've got. So chamber exits. We'll roll, and that's a 3. Not very many. So yeah, a 3 actually says there are no exits, which could be boring. Let's roll again, because I don't want that. 16, much better. Alright, so for a large chamber, 16 gets us, I believe, 3 exits. Okay, so why don't we call this an exit right here? Let's put, because this is really close to the edge of the map, let's not put an exit there. So this wall can be pretty solid. All the way up to here, so there we go. And then we will have let's have a secret exit here. And we'll have a passage to the north. Now, just because this is a big room doesn't mean it's all open. We can put pillars, we can put another chamber inside this, we can split it up with walls. We can do things with these large chambers. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. But let's continue on with this. Let's see how many doors, exits that has. Got another 16. Let's roll again. 7. Alright, so it's a pretty large room. And this 7 gives us 1 extra exit. Well, we already got one coming this way, so why don't we connect these 2 here? Alright. So that's 1 exit there. Have the secret entrance here. We will lock this into place. Now let's check what's behind this secret door. 20. Alright, so beyond the door, it's a false door with a trap. Okay, so that tells us what kind of door this could be. I mean, it's a secret door, and we rolled false door with trap, but that doesn't mean that it's still not an exit. I'm gonna call that still an exit, but it's trapped. So it may be a secret door, but it's trapped as well. That means that these might be, you know, in Egyptian times they would make fake burial chambers. At least that's the theory. There would be the burial chamber, and then there would be the actual one, which kept the body safe. So maybe that's what we've got going on. And since they want it to be extra safe, they trap it. So let's see what this passage does. Alright, so this passage, 9, continues straight 20 feet, has a side passage to the left, and then an additional 10 feet ahead. Alright, so we'll go 20 feet. 20 feet. Got a side passage going off, and then an extra 10. There. Alright, let's see where this goes some more. 15. Alright, so 15 is a chamber. So a chamber is here. What kind of chamber? 19. It's a pretty large octagon for the space. But one thing we can do is octagons have 8 sides. That's what makes them an octagon. But it doesn't have to be a stop sign shaped octagon. We can make it a little different. We can go, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then let's see how many exits this has before I finish that. 15. It's got 3 exits, so we'll call this an exit here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so we've got, this is technically an octagon because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. Now, it's not equilateral, but it is an octagon. So that's something that we can mess around with. It's got 8 sides, 8 corners, we're good. Alright, so let's see where these passages go. We're a little close to the edge, but we can make it work. Alright, 11. Continue straight, 20 feet, then the passage turns left and continues 10 feet. Now, here's the thing. If we went 1, 2, turn left, 3, we'd go right off the map. We don't want that. Because we're going off the map, and we don't want to turn this way because we're going into this chamber that has no exits. Now there is a way to muff this, to make it work. Alright, so instead of turning left, let's turn right. But we don't want an exit from this room. But what we can do is we can make it so it's not an exit, but it is still part of the room. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 1, 2, 3. We'll just connect it right there to this room. Now, it's not going to be a typical exit because what we're going to do is we're going to go into this room and we're going to make a bit of a dais, which is a raised platform. So it's up higher. And to make it so it's higher, we'll just go and make these stairs. So as you go up, it goes above the rest of this location. As you can see already, we are splitting up the room a little because we put an object in there. I hope you can see that pretty well. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Anyway. So we've got a passage going north, we've got a passage going north, passage north, passage north. We've got a lot of passages. Not a lot of doors either. So we'll put a normal door here and a normal door here. I like to make my doors just arches with a little doorknob there. If you want to lock one, you can draw a little lock symbol like a keyhole. That's what I like to do. So let's say this one's locked. Put a little arrow there. So, and then I like to put DC, we'll put 10. So you have to roll higher than a 10 with these tools to unlock that door. Not very hard at all. Alright, but before we get all into that, we're just gonna keep going. So we've got this room. Let's work on this passage here. What does this passage do? It's 20. Turns into stairs. Now, I don't want to make this multi-level, but let's just roll on. Let's roll on the stairs and see if we come up with something interesting. 3. Down 1 level to a chamber. Okay, so we can make that work. We could even make this 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a stairway going down. Kind of like what we did here, but we're just taking it down, and it shouldn't be a problem. And if we're building a chamber down here, then we might be able to have like a dais or something, or maybe even like if the passage comes along, alongside it, you can have like windows looking down or arches where you can like look down into this chamber. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so this is a 20 by 20, perfect because it fits exactly here. 20 by 20 square. It's a nice interior thing as well. It's surrounded pretty well. We'll build on to this passage in a second and surround this. So it's a nice enclosed area. So 7. Continue straight, side passage to the right. Okay, side passage to the right, then an additional 10 feet forward. I want to go to the left. Alright, so this goes up, this goes here, and yeah, so we will have like Egyptian looking pillars here looking down into this area. And then it's going to go north from here, I think. And we might have these two connect, or maybe it'll veer off to the side, who knows. Let's check it out. 19 is a chamber, so pretty good chances. 14 on the chamber, it's a pretty large, it's a 40 by 50 rectangle. Now we could, if we wanted to, make this a little interesting and have it go on a diagonal. That would be pretty cool, but it would also make transferring this pretty difficult when we got onto the chess board, because then we'd have to do our measurements and stuff. It would make it difficult. So let's take a look here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could make the room long enough so this is a way into the chamber and this is the way in the chamber. And the fact that we have this overlook doesn't make this loop irrelevant. Or we could bring it all the way over here. So this connects to there, this connects to there. You know what? I'm going to lengthen this and then we'll connect this, and that's 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. There we go. So we can continue up this way. Let's check out what this does. 10. So 10 on this is continue straight, 20 feet, comes to a dead end. 10% chance of a secret door. Okay. So it continues on how many feet? 20, right? Yes. So 1, 2, dead end. And so the way you figure out a 10% chance is you can roll a d10, and let's say if we roll a 1 on a d10, there's a secret door there. We rolled a 0, which is 10, which is not a 1, so there is no secret door there. But we can figure out what is there later. Let's close this up. So that's 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is getting kind of close, so we'll just call it a square for now. Let's see. 14 on exits. I think that gives us three exits. Well, we have 1, 2, and what if we had a secret door here? Alright, I think that would be cool, and then we could have a chamber or something, maybe even another dead end, who knows? But that's pretty cool. So we'll go there, there. You see how I'm using the table, but I'm not enslaving myself to the table. And as we go, it creates a much more, it creates something. It's something that we can use. And it's not something that I thought of, oh, well, I want a big room here and a big room here, and there'll be a connection there. No, the tables are telling me how to make it, but this is not like the tables tell me exactly what to do, and if I go from it, then I'm failing. No. This is how you just get the ideas and how it flows, and when you see how the table runs and stuff, you take a look at this and you're like, oh, that would be really cool to have like skeletons up here, and maybe they're not animated, but if you lift something up here, then it animates all of these skeletons in this hallway, and they just start shooting down arrows into this room. That would be cool. You know, just ideas coming to life in this area. I don't know what this dais is. I don't know. Maybe this is where a very, very important sarcophagus is. All right. So let's continue. We've got a secret door here, secret door here. We got 2 passages here. Let's roll and see what this passage does. Let me see. 5. Continue straight, 20 feet. Passage ends in a door. Okay. So 1, 2, and then we'll go door here. And we'll find out what's behind that door in a second. Let's figure out what's behind this, or where this goes. 8. Continue straight, 20 feet. Side passage to the left, and then an additional 10 feet ahead. Alright, so we got 1, 2, and then it goes to the left. 1, 2, we got a passage to the left, and then it goes forward 10 more here. Okay, so do you remember when we started this, I said we wanted to have it kind of cyclical so we can run away and get places? That's what's kind of building itself right here. We'll have a chamber here, which will be good. And I'm just gonna call it here. I'm not gonna roll for a chamber. We're gonna put a chamber right here. It's a good old chamber. Maybe it's got some tombs in it. Who knows? Maybe it's an altar. I don't know. But let's roll to see what this does. Maybe the door just goes into a passage. 14. Okay, well, that's a pretty big rectangle again. But what if we had them go like this, made this door go into this passage, join up this passage. What's nice about these doors is you can close them behind you, and yeah, that might work. Let's go ahead here. 6. Alright, 6 on this is a square that's 40 by 40. We'll call it 30 by 30. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's close enough. Go here, down, and there's a chamber there. And then we'll just hit these secret passages and we'll be done. Alright, so secret doors. Let's see what's behind this one. 6. Behind the secret door is a passage 20 feet straight ahead. Alright, well that takes us pretty far out here. So why don't we just call it 10? And then we'll make it a chamber. So I'm going to make it an octagon of sorts. It's going to go boom, boom, 2, 2. I like octagons in my maps. Boom, 1, 2, down, there. It's a nice little change of pace from all these rectangles and very square octagons. Okay, so let's take this. I know what's behind this one. It's a chamber. Okay, what kind of chamber? 6. That is a 40 by 40 chamber. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of a passage here. There we go. And we're going to make it a 40 by 40. Let's see what kind of exits it's got. 18. 18's a lot of exits. Okay, so. But I think that's good. I think that's good for something like this. So we got 60, well, that's 30, 40. And then we're going to go and call that a door. And call this a door. That's 2, 20. Okay, so 20, 30, 40. And we're going to go over here. We're going to put some exits over here. I'm going to put a passage here. And we'll put a door here. Alright, so these are going to go just into small little cells, I think. So little cells like this. We can put a nasty surprise in there. And we can put another cell here. Alright, so these can be... Maybe they're not even nasty surprises. Maybe they're just little places where people are buried and there's treasure. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe one of them has treasure, the others have traps. Maybe that will be a cool thing to do. We'll even put another one here. Boom. There. Now, I want to try something. It's a little late in the process, but I do want to try something. And I think it'll make it a good circle, too. Because we've got a pretty big circle here. We've got this... Well, let's go without secret doors. Let's just go with blatantly obvious doors. We've got this door and this door, and this door and this door. So what we could do is we could make a loop going around, around, up, and then down. So that's a loop. We could go around, up, through here, down, 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 jump down from the dais, and make a loop that way, or through there. We could do something similar. We run down here. You see, there's just a lot of loops built into this. And I would like to make one more loop going down through here, to include this in a loop. Because right now, this is a secret area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And I want this passage to go all the way down through here. But there are different types of passages as well. They're different widths. And to the point where passages can almost become chambers in themselves. And there's one that I really like right here. It's a 40-foot wide passage, and it has a gallery 10 feet above the floor, which I think is pretty cool. Maybe we'll make something like that. Let's go like this. Let's widen it out so the passage itself is really wide. We're going to go like this. And then we're going to close her down again. But what I would like to do, and this is kind of different, is I want to go like this, right? So we're going to make a wall here. And we're going to make stairs going up. So you're on top here. I'm going to make this higher. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut across the room. We're going to put an arch there. And then we'll make this look like that. And we'll put that there. Then, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but basically what I'm trying to do is make it so as you're going in here, right, there's a stairway going up and there's a balcony kind of going up one side of the room. So you can go straight or you can go up the stairs and be above. Then this platform cuts over like a bridge right here, and this bridge goes over to the other side where this side of the corridor is elevated. So you switch sides a bit. So you can hide back here, you can hide back here, you can put whatever, and then there's just a cool little thing here. This is like a little bridge over the rest of the room. And I don't know if you want to put something dangerous down in this area. Like maybe you need to take the bridge, or maybe the bridge just has enemies that can shoot down at you as you're traveling through here. I don't know. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. But yeah, so this chamber goes like that. So it widens up, the corridor widens, and then one side has a ramp going up, so you're above, you can cross over, and then go down and go this way. And we're going to end it in a little chamber with a passage going this way as well. It's just going to be a little chamber there, and we'll put an obelisk in the middle here. So there's a little bit of Egyptian mystery there as well. What does that obelisk do? We don't know. But we have all of our rooms. The map is complete in the sense that we have all the rooms we need. Actually, I gotta continue this up, and we will go here. So now you can see there's a loop that you can go through there as well if you find all the secret doors. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to put in features of this dungeon. As you can see, I've forgotten that I needed to keep some space on the sides. It's not going to fit perfectly on my Chessex map. That's okay. That's okay. I think my players will forgive me for that. Anyway, so we've got this room here. We got some small rooms. So let's just call these rooms Sarcophagus Rooms. Kind of like this, and we can just decide what is in them right now. I think this is where the actual treasure would be found, behind the secret doors, I think that would work really well. Is if you know where the secret doors are, then you can find the treasure. And yeah, so let's make one a trap. So let's put skull on one of them. Alright, so that one is a trap. We'll figure out what kind of trap. Maybe it's a gas trap. Or maybe it's something that releases a swarm of some kind. Maybe a swarm of insects. Let's see the challenge rating on a swarm of insects real quick. Alright, that's in the back here. We don't want zombies. Zombies aren't exactly mummies. Swarm of insects. It's a challenge half. A half challenge. Not bad. Alright. Now, do we want swarm of beetles? Won't be much burrowing. Centipedes, spiders might be okay. But let's just call it a swarm of insects. So, swarm insects. Alright. So now that the adventurers open that tomb, there will be that. Also, another thing is these doors I think should be stone doors. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so this we'll just put a gold mask worth 50 gold. Okay, so a gold mask, 50 gold there. And this one, let's say it has a jade statue. Alright. And that will be worth 100 gold. Alright. Cool. So we got the treasure I'm going to come in for. And maybe one of those treasures is the artifact that they are coming into this dungeon to deal with. I don't know. But the starting point definitely needs to be pointed out. And this is going to be a rope coming down. Shaft and rope. Okay, so that's how your characters get in and out, is you climb up a rope, which could be dramatic if you've got the Mummy Lord chasing after you. Okay, so there is a way to make this a little more random, other than us deciding what things happen where or whatever, is we can turn the page and we can stock this dungeon. Dungeon lair, treasure vault, temple or shrine, stronghold, tomb. Alright, so let's take a look at this here and see what kind of room it would be in the tomb. Okay, 13. What would that be? That's a guard room. Usually guarded by undead constructs or other creatures that don't need to eat or sleep. Okay, so this is a huge room to be full of guards. What are they guarding? Let's roll again. Obviously, it's big enough to have a pretty big battle in, so we want to have a challenge in here, but we want to know what they're guarding. Grand Crypt for a noble high priest or other important individual. That makes more sense. So maybe if you take this route and go into this room, this is going to be a tomb area for high priests of the king. And we'll make some pretty large sarcophagi in here. So you got one here, and one here. We'll have those three there. Now, one thing that's fun with a map is making like patterns or something. Let's put like a giant statue here. And a giant statue here. These are like the little stubby arms coming off like this. We can put a little eyes there. We'll figure out what that is. And then, what if we had some sort of... Oh, here's something important, but I'll get back to that. Some sort of like platform that you can climb up. So come up and down, something like that. It's not a perfect thing, but maybe it's a large set of curved stairs. Not doing a terrific job, but you get the idea. Large stairs that you come up, and then maybe there is a grand sarcophagus here. Maybe it's got 2 priests in it. Maybe that would be cool. Anyway, you got this nice symbol here. We've got like a pillar and then a crest. Speaking of pillars, we can also put a pillar here and here. Something to hold up the ceiling a bit. We can put a pillar here and here. Just something to hide behind as you are getting into fisticuffs with the many skeletons that will be in here. Because I think the guards would be the skeletons. So let's go skeletons. Now skeletons are half a challenge rating. And I understand that it's not mathematically you add it up to 3, but I think that 6 skeletons would be pretty cool. Just 6 skeletons in this room. And yeah, I think 6 skeletons is good. They don't have to be evenly distributed through the room. I won't show where they are in the room necessarily. Just know that they're there. So 6 skeletons in this room, pretty cool. Alright, let's figure out what this room is with the dais. Maybe it's a place where offerings are made? I don't know. 10. What do we got? False crypt, trapped to Kill or capture thieves. Ooh. So this is a false crypt. And it would be neat if this is the balcony. Maybe this is where the priests watch when this traps. Now, what I want to know, and why would this be locked? I don't know. I'll get back to this in a second. But one thing that you have to take into account is you got stairs going up, right? So if those stairs are going up, that means all of this is level with that. But it comes around here and it's level with this as well. So in order to make it even, what we do is we figure out where the stairs going down would be. So let's make this the stairs going down. So you go up, you come into the bridge corridor, go across, you can come through this secret door and you'll be on the dais, come here, and then you go down. So this part is elevated above all the rest. Similarly, we've got this curved set of stairs here, which brings this up a little. Now we have to be careful because that means all of this is level with the top of the stairs, unless there's a really gradual down, but I don't want to do that. And it would make it better if we had this go up a little, so when it goes up, you can look down further, because this goes down, so if this goes up, then it's like 30 feet above this, not like a mere 10. So we got that. And then we'll make this stairs as well. So this goes up, it's level with all of this, level with all of this, we're good. Cool. Alright, so this was a trapped crypt. How would it be trapped? Now there are a lot of different traps that you can make in this kind of thing. You know, you've got the sand traps coming down. Let's take a look at the types of traps we can make. There's a table that we can roll on for traps. May have passed it already. Inner gates, stairs. Okay, well that's random dungeons. Is it before the random dungeons? No. It's got to be part of the random dungeons. Alright. Ah, here we go. Traps. Alright. Also, the dungeon chamber contents we can roll as well. But we're gonna get this trap first. So the trap trigger, we need a D6. We'll roll on the D6 and see what kind of thing triggers this trap. 6. Moved. Cart or stone block. That's perfect. Okay, so what we'll do is we will have a sarcophagus top. We'll make a pretty nice sarcophagus here. Nice. And then we'll put a skull on the sarcophagus. And it says, we'll write what the trap is and how it works in a second. Alright, and what does the trap do? We roll on a D100. And a D100, if you're not aware, is you take a D10, and then you take the D10 with the numerals of 10s on it, and then you roll this. This is also called a percentile die. So we've got a 50 and we've got a 9. 59. So let's see. A weapon, suit of armor, or rug animates and attacks when touched. Oh, why? I see. Okay, so an object comes alive. Let's roll again just to see if there's another situation that we like better. But I like that one. We got 19. 19. Touching an object triggers a disintegrate spell. Disintegrate is pretty powerful and scary. So what I'm thinking is, if something animates in this room, I want it to be something sick. Let's see what the challenge rating is for like an earth golem or something. Because it would be great is if like the ground wasn't like stone but clay, and then the earth elemental came like forms out of the ground, and then after they fight that, they find out that the sarcophagus is empty. Elementals. Earth elemental challenge is 5. Let's keep looking. Let's make it a gargoyle. So maybe maybe the sarcophagus is laid out underneath a statue of like a sphinx or something. So we'll just draw an odd shape there. Sphinx, we'll put this and this, just to give the room some stuff. There's pillars, there's a dais, there's a sphinx gargoyle up there. And so we'll write gargoyle animates if lid is moved. Alright. Yeah, it's a trap, but what we rolled on was it was a fake crypt. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. It's a fake crypt. Now I have to consider, is this like a tomb where someone special was buried and then there was just a bunch of people buried with him? Or is it a mass grave where someone special just happens to be buried here as well? I think this would be a secret crypt as well. But let's just roll, see what we come up with, and then if we need to, we'll get more specific and whatnot. But now let's go back to the tomb, and we'll roll our d20 on here. 17. Storage. Stocked with tools or maintaining the tomb while preparing the dead for burial. Okay. How about we make this the embalming tool storage? So we have like just stone things with tools, like embalming things, and wrapping, and linen, like linen wraps and whatnot. And we'll just have tables and places where bodies are dealt with. Yeah, kind of creepy. Maybe like canoptic jars that are empty. Yeah, something like that. We don't even have to label this. We can just leave it that way. But tool room. Alright, so these are all of the tools, and maybe this is the embalming room where the bodies are prepared. And you know, when this was being used, you would rappel down here or be lowered down in a basket or something. You would come here and watch as your loved one was embalmed. I think that's cool. Yeah, we'll call this the preparation room. And there's like a channel here. It goes into a little pool where the blood flows when they are drying you out. Embalming room. Alright, cool. Next, let's see what else we can roll up. That's a 6. Crypt for less important burials. Okay, so that might be, maybe this is a crypt where instead of having sarcophagi, there's just, it's like Skyrim. There's just shelves where bodies go. C-R-Y-P-T. Yeah. Next. 16. We already rolled a 16. That was storage. We don't need too many storage rooms. Let's roll again. 4. Crypt for less important burials. Okay. We can do that. How's about this is a crypt as well. About we go in here, make a nice little thing to race and chase around. Go like this. And then we'll call this the crypt as well. C-R-Y-P-T. Cool. Nice. So there's going to be these people there. We'll have like little lanterns with flames, so you can visit your dead uncle. Cool. Alright. I like how this is coming together. Let's take a look at what else we can roll. 3. A chapel dedicated to deities that watch over the dead and protect their resting places. I think that's what this is. This is going to be a chapel. We'll put some pews down. We'll make an altar here. Statues. Little scythe in his hand. And we'll put a little dude here, and they will have a balancing scale. Cool. So many statues. Kind of judgment. Cool. Secret door there. I'm wondering what's that. That's another 16. We're not gonna go with another 16. We rolled another 16. Let's roll again. 15. Is that different? Robing room for priests to prepare for burial rituals. That makes sense. So this is kind of like dressing room, and this can have some treasure in it as well. We'll call this the chapel. So yeah, that makes sense, because you come down, you go up here, you sit in the chapel, you watch the ritual over your dead grandma or whatever. Then you come down here as they take your dead grandma up here, and they take them down and embalm the corpse here, and then they take them up and back to the chapel, and then you put them in the crypt. Yeah, or if you want to visit your dead grandma, you come down the shaft, you go up, and then you can visit. Yep. Or if you want to pay your respects to more powerful things. But the thing is, that's what it was when this was functioning. It's decrepit now. So we'll just put a chest here. Has some treasure. Let's say it's got 30 gold pieces. Cool. Alright, and that leaves not much else. So we're going to have, let's say that this doesn't house the body of a great lord or whatever. You know, it's not the king's tomb, it's actually just a tomb or something like that. So and then like the mummy lord will be just one of the most important things that have come back to life. So we'll go from there. We won't have anything in here. Let's just roll to see if it gives us something good for that. 8, what is that? That is crypt for less important burials. Less important than maybe the high priest. Maybe that's something. Yeah, we can go from there. So now that we've got the basic idea, we've got this room that doesn't have anything. We rolled, it was okay, but it wasn't the best roll. I mean, we could fill this up with cryptage, but I prefer to have a lot of bad guys in here. I think that would be more fun. So let's just go from there. We're going to turn and dungeon chamber contents. Now, the way they've got this here is they've got monsters that are dominant inhabitants, and then they've got pets or allied creatures, or they've got like dungeon hazards, obstacles, traps, empty rooms, treasure. You know, that's what it tells you is in here. And then yeah, we've got the dungeon hazards over here. Then we've already done the traps. Obstacles are interesting. So basically, what I want to focus on right now is this dominant inhabitant, and then pet or allied creature. Now, and then we've got random creatures. So what I want to do is I want to set this up so we have an idea of what the regular or the dominant inhabitant is and what the pets are. I think, seeing as I had the scorpions, those should be the pets. And then dominant inhabitants will be skeletons and mummies. So we'll go with that. So let's see what we've got. We need the D100. We'll roll. We'll get 53. 53 gives us the dungeon hazard. And it says incidental treasure with that. Dungeon hazards are okay. They're not the greatest thing in there, but we can figure it out. Let's roll. See what we got. A 4. 4 is green slime. Green slime. I think that's in the DM's thing. You know what? My other map has yellow slime on it, and that's DMG 105. I bet it's right next to that. So let's look for 105. Test all the magic items. Alright, here we go. Green slime. Green slime. Is that up here? Yes. Acidic slime devours flesh, organic material, and metal on contact. Cleaves to walls. Okay. Yeah, so green slime. Where would be a good place for some green slime? Well, we've already inhabited this with skeletons. Let's put the green slime kind of leaking down here, so it's kind of like the first thing that you might run across. We've got a bunch of green slime covering a roughly a 10 square area, and we'll call that green slime. And that's page 105 PHB. Alright. So green slime, page 105 PHB. That'll help us figure it out. And it says incidental treasure. The chapel what we could do is we could have this little tithing urn here. And it'll have 20 gold pieces. Cool. Just have a thing there. So you drop the coin in, clink, and then when you break the urn apart, then the gold pieces will go trickling out, and you'll have to be picking them all up and all that jazz. Okay, let's go to dungeon chamber contents again. Let's see what else we can roll up. 58 is another dungeon hazard. Okay, so let's see what we've got there. Maybe we'll have more green slime. 9. Shrieker. I hate shriekers, so we're gonna roll again. Shriekers are annoying. 3. That's brown mold. Okay, brown mold. Where would brown mold be? Let's put brown mold in the crypt here. Now, this also has incidental treasure, so we'll just have this, like, covering the whole floor. Brown mold. And then we'll put, let's see, do we want all the treasure to be gold piece things, or just like random treasure, or should there be something functional? Let's have something functional. Let's have a drift globe in there. The drift globe will be in one of the places with the body. It'll be holding it. Yeah, that'll be good. Cool. And we already have a number to that, so we won't do that there. Let's keep going. 78. Alright, 78 is a trick. Random tricks. Tricks are... Random tricks are on this page. Let's see. D20. Oh, we'll roll 2 D20s, I guess. 7 and 13. So, furniture, 13. Oh, okay. Nope. Did that wrong. So we have either furniture or runes engraved on a floor or the wall. And what did they do? 73. Presents a puzzle or riddle. Okay, so maybe what you have to do in order to unlock a secret door. Maybe this secret door is locked right here. This is locked until you solve this riddle. Okay, so maybe it's just a simple thing where you move the light stands on top of the sun symbols on the ground. Oh, that would be cool. So there's sun symbols, and then there will be moon symbols. And if you move the torch onto the moon symbols, then it will unlock one of these doors. I like that. And then if you move them both onto the sun symbols, it'll unlock the other door. That could be interesting. It would make this loop very clunky though. That's alright. That's alright. It might split the party, but that would be cool, as if they're being chased by the Mummy Lord, and they they can communicate with this. They move this and it locks the sun door behind them. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And this would have the sun symbol right there, and this would have the moon symbol right here. And what would this do? Oh, maybe this is a way you can open the door. Maybe these doors. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Maybe this is a way to open this door, and maybe this room has something that can open this door. Maybe what you have here is you've got this sun symbol, and these are pressure plates. And in order to unlock this door, you have to have someone standing on each one of these plates, and it unlocks this door. Or there's an order to this that we can make up later. We don't have to have all of the ideas here, but yeah, so this obelisk is the obelisk of the moon. You do something to this obelisk, it unlocks this door, you can go through. This sun symbol here, you step on it in the right way, and it opens this door here. So even if this isn't in place, as long as you have an ability to contact these, you won't be trapped in here. Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so let's go back. Let's see. Dungeon contents. 18. 18 is a monster, pet or allied creature. Let's put some scorpions in here. Let's put... Well, a giant scorpion is challenge rating 3, so maybe just one scorpion. One scorpion. Alright. Maybe it's hiding amongst the things, so when they start shuffling around, it bursts out, it attacks. That's cool. Very cool indeed. I like that. Let's go again. 41. Monster random creature. Okay, so random creature. Maybe that is the Mummy Lord. Maybe the Mummy Lord is standing up here, and when you come into this room it sees you, and it begins its trail to get to you. I think that would be really cool because you see him, he sees you. He's not going to jump down. He's going to slowly make his way around. Mummy Lord start. Alright. I realize I didn't put more than one M, but this is a GM sheet. It's not something you hand out. So yeah, there we go. I think this is where we would have a mummy or two. Two mummies. This is where you would have like 4 skeletons. Cool. This dead end, we'll put a mummy. Cool. And yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I think this is where the MacGuffin should be. Alright. And the idea with this dungeon is it's going to be hard to find this. I'm going to give it a DC 20 to find this. And then what I'm going to do is there's going to be a different unlocking mechanism. So these mechanisms are going to be very blatant. But what we're going to do is we're going to have, how about 3 chalices? And they each have to go on top of a star. Or on top of a sun. So we have sun, sun, sun. So the chalice has to go on each one of those. Then this door will open. And we will have another scorpion in here. But what's great is this is a dead end. So if you've got the Mummy Lord chasing you throughout this place, you're going into a dead end. And this is a dead end too. I mean, it's a loop, so you can get out. But, yeah. Oops, sorry. If the Mummy Lord is chasing you, you do not want to go into dead ends. The Mummy Lord will not smash through secret doors. I've decided that. But once the secret doors are unlocked, they are unlocked. So he will go through them. So if you use these lanterns to put them on top of the suns, this will stay unlocked as long as those things are on top of the suns. So if you unlock this and you're going in here, you can't lock it behind you. Unless you've got an unseen servant or something to do that. But yeah, the Mummy Lord will stay there, or will be able to come through as long as this is unlocked, or if this is unlocked. I think that's cool. That's cool, yeah. 3 chalice. Put a lock symbol on that, and then on suns. Okay, cool. Yeah, that is a dungeon. We used the random tables pretty well, I think. I don't know if we used all of the monsters that we could. We could have put like some giant spiders in there, but really I think this works really well. A lot of it is like you're looking for treasure, but the MacGuffin is in here, and it requires a way. It requires exploring the majority of the dungeon in order to open it. It requires really good views, like the ability to like look for things. Inspection. It requires a lot of inspection to even find the secret door. And all the while, the Mummy Lord will be following. And if you come out this thing, and the Mummy Lord's standing there before you even go into this room, creepy, really good. It's right there. Oh snap, gotta get out of here, run away. Alright. The main thing with this dungeon is to hype up the fact how dangerous the Mummy Lord is. Because if you've got level 3 characters coming into this tomb, and you throw them up against a Mummy Lord, the Mummy Lord is going to eradicate them if they try to fight it. But it's fun to have something present, like something that will like chase them down. It'll keep the stakes high, I think, while you're looking for things. You're trying to solve the riddles of this tomb as you're actively being hunted down by the Lord of the tomb. I think that is really cool, and I hope you do too. And if you would like to see more of this, or if you have suggestions on how to make this better, let me know in the comments. And until next time, this is Hogwash over and out. Thank you for watching.